Hi, hello.
Hello. My name is Surya.
What's your name?
Nina.
Hi.
My name is Samuela. Hello, my name is Sofia. I'm from Taranto in Italy.
What's your name?
I'm Marta.
Hi.
I'm Bora.
My name is Carolina.
Ahmet Çağlar.
Hello.
I'm Maria João.
Hello, Andrea.
Where are you from?
Portugal. Italy.
I'm from Poland.
Italy.
I am from Moravia, Croatia.
I'm from Portugal.
I have been doing this project, Legends and Myths, for 3 years. And how it started, let's talk about this. Once upon a time, like in the stories it was written, Müjdat and I were talking in Süreyya campus. And we were talking about the Erasmus project, how we could enter, what kind of project should we write, how can we involve the students' interest. And then we just came up the idea that Legends and Myths. And this project is also very effective for all the students in the world, I think, because people learn their history and culture by stories. The traditions we are learning from the stories. So these legends, especially the local ones, and the legends that we are learning from all over the world, these legends connect the students together, and they will talk about it. They will do lots of stuff together. Even if they are from different countries, it doesn't matter. When they are together in a group, they are like the same, actually.
Do you remember how did you start this project?
The school started the Erasmus project, so I wrote a message to join the project, and that's how I joined the project.
Yeah, 5th grade, I remember, like, in the second half of the year, my mother came up to me and said, there's this project, it's about legends and myths, and she knows I'm interested in, like, myths and legends since I was a child, so she says, I think you might like this and you can see other countries too. So I joined them.
At that times, I really wanted to improve my English. And I wanted to do like something because it was pandemic times when I was in fifth grade. So it was like pretty boring.
So what is Erasmus for you?
Meeting new people and learning cultures about other countries than the one that you live in.
More culture and more people, and it's some food that we don't know. And yes, I think that is very cool, and we are lucky to be in Erasmus. It is a good experience. I love it. Erasmus for me is like people from other countries become your family. Yeah, because you go to other countries and you stay with them and like have one whole week with them. Like you get to know each other. They're actually being kind of your family, so it's really good. Like, yeah, that's actually Erasmus for me.
I was always interested in meeting new people, new cultures, and like visiting places. Since I was little, I always liked that. So that's like why I wanted to come here.
What is so interesting for you about the project?
That I met I met new friends, and I visited many new places.
What about English, using English?
It's weird because I don't use English very often, but it's nice.
Do you think that this project, Legends and Myths, is it connecting cultures?
Of course, cultures define what they call and what they talk about, especially stories like these. Myths and legends are a very important part of all cultures, so this, us exchanging cultures, is very important to be a world citizen.
I think there is the best project because we can be in Istanbul but learn about cultures that are not Istanbul. So it's very cool, and I think that I really like it. I think it's appropriated.
After the project written, we asked Anya from Poland. She's my friend like 17 years, I think, and she became the coordinator of the project. And then we started, and our first mobility was in Poland. It was wonderful. They hosted us beautifully. And then we visited Croatia and then Portugal last year. And this time we meet in Istanbul, and our mobility in Istanbul, there's a slogan like, now in Istanbul. Is it your first time being in Istanbul?
Yes. Yeah. Or where do you come from? You're beautiful.
How did you find it?
Beautiful. It's a beautiful city with churches, mosques, and schools, buildings. I also found apartment complexes while traveling with a bus, and it met my expectations.
Yes, first time.
So, did you like the city?
Yes, it's really cool. I like it because the city is really big. There is more moments. I like it a lot. There is a lot of funny.
Are there any similarities between Istanbul and your town, your city?
Taranto is a small city, but Istanbul is a very big. When I go into this country, I say I love this country. It's very wow.
Not really. They are actually really different. Because here in Istanbul, it's a big city. We have like almost 18 million of people, and only Portugal is like 10. So yeah, it's a bit different.
What was the most surprising thing in Istanbul for you?
Yeah, maybe it was the cats at the street. Like my host family already told me that, oh, you usually see lots of cats in the streets, but I didn't think it was like so many cats. And probably the amounts of people in the streets. We really see lots of people in the streets. Probably something with cats, like maybe cat 4 or something, because I saw a lot of cats in here.
Oh, I found it very cool, but very different, because in Portugal we don't have so many buildings, and there are smaller, and there are a lot of houses, and I don't know, it's stranger. It's not the same.
We planned some activities according to one legend, which is Medusa. We chose Medusa because there are lots of statues or stuff about Medusa in Istanbul, like Basilica Cistern, there is a Medusa head, and in Archaeology Museum there is a Medusa mask, and that's why we chose Medusa. And all the students studied Medusa when they were in their countries, and then when they came here, we put them different groups, just mixed up, and then we give them assignments like, if you rewrite the Medusa story, how would you write it silently? If you act it in a silent way, how would you do that? Or if you prepare a logo of this legend, how would you prepare the logo? When they are together, they are really creative and they did beautiful stuff. So, what do you think about the Medusa story?
It's tragic and ironic.
Okay, Medusa was like, I don't think if she really existed, because it's like a myth, but sometimes myths have a little truth in it. So I think Medusa for me, maybe in her time, was like a woman that made all the boys fall in love with her, but they couldn't really be with her because she was really mean. That's what I think about Medusa. That's what it can like translate from the myth.
I love all kind of legends, like every legend, especially Medusa. I love it because it's actually very similar to the Turkish legend Şahmeran, and yeah, it's very good.
Really interesting. I think it's for everyone. I think everyone can see themselves in the
legend and how people can change also.
I like the legend. It's like one of my favorites. I like the storyline and I like the snake hair.
I think it's a good legend.
What do you think about legends and myths?
I really liked these projects because I really like mythology and Medusa story. So I really like it.
So are you always interested in legends and mythology or the stories?
Exactly. You need to know your past so you can know your future.
We planned Istanbul mobility with different activities. The aim was to make the connection with the students as much as possible. So because they will use English, they will use their culture, they will use their knowledge about their country or about the legends. So in the team, in a group, they will make lots of things together, and they did very creatively. One day we planned to go to Basilica Cistern and Archaeology Museum. And for Archaeology Museum, we prepared a workshop. It's like a treasure hunt. There was a worksheet that they need to find some artworks and they have to write down what these artworks are. And there were also some creative thinking questions like, what do you think is happening in this picture? Or there's a statue and it's about Alexander and the great Alexander, and there's a story going on there. And the kids, when they are in the museum, they just see and then pass. Actually, we want them to think, to look, write, talk to each other, discuss. And then that's why we ask, like, what's happening here? What kind of battle was it? Or could you please find the Medusa mask? There was a Medusa mask, which is very small actually, but they did, and they tried to draw it on their paper. Or the other activity was, what was the best artwork for you? Because everybody has a different taste. And they were working, by the way, as a groups, mixed groups. They finished and then they came, get the answer sheet. And then we did an art project. There were some cotton sheets and we asked them, please just write your emotions. You can write stuff or you can draw something. How do you feel? What was the feelings that appeared to you after this museum? Almost all of them drew Medusa on the this paper sheet. It was like automatically, because they were so obsessed with, not obsessed, but they were so focused on Medusa, and they were trying to do something when they were doing in the school. And then another day, we also took them to Galata Tower. When they were in Galata Tower, before that, they made some paper planes and they wrote their notes on it. And in Galata Tower, when they were amazed with the view, because they were really, wow, what is that? Is it Istanbul? Which part are we? Are we in Asian side? Are we in European side? And then they use their paper planes with their notes to Istanbul, and they make them fly. What was your favorite place during this week that we visited?
I think it was the Galata Tower that we visited today.
Why?
I don't know, it's really big and the view from the top is really nice. Yeah, it's so beautiful.
I like the Gülhane Park. It had like really good sounds in it, like good birds. Hagia Sophia, I really loved it. It's really beautiful.
My favorite is the Archaeological Museum because I like history. The archaeology is my favorite things.
My favorite place was Blue Mosque.
Legend is your favorite.
The story was interesting. My favorite part regarded the Perseus slicing off Medusa's head while covering himself with a mirror.
From this project, as far as I see, the students are talking. They are talking about their lifestyles. They are talking about the games that they are playing, or the music groups that they are listening, or the legends that they like, and they are sharing, which is one of the most important aim of the project, actually, sharing, love of nature. So we just make the students aware of it, and also speak English, connect, and the cultures. They are coming from different cultures, from different families, but when they are together, when they are talking about something in common, the culture, the different cultures or different languages doesn't matter. They are like one unique.
With this project, I went to Portugal. Our friends over in the Portugal Erasmus team hosted me in their house. It was incredible. I got to see the culture of Portugal. I got to make some new friends. I believe it to be a very fun time.
Yeah, I went to Portugal.
How was it?
It was very good. There was a lot of activities planned, and it was all awesome.
When we came last year to visit your city, your town, you were one of the host families.
Yes, I hosted 2 girls, one from Poland and one from Istanbul, so one from Turkish.
We went to the city, to the old town, to show her the church, our culture, our food, and it was really amazing to meet new friends.
Are you hosting someone?
Yes.
Can you talk about a little bit?
I am hosting a 13-year-old Italian girl. Her name is Roberta.
Did she like Istanbul? Did she tell anything about Istanbul to you?
Yes, she said it was like a movie scene. She liked it.
When we were hosting 4 different countries, there were lots of students in our school, and our students, they are coming to me and they are asking me, when is the next project? When can we join the project? Miss Aslı, I would like to talk to these people, but I can't, I'm shy. Okay, let's go together and you will just ask if you need help, I will be here. Don't worry, their English is as good as yours. So don't worry about making mistakes, because that's the worst thing that the kids have, actually, making mistakes. So that's also one of the things that I am very happy that the students in Fide, they are all aware of this Erasmus project, and they are all aware of legends and myths. They are all aware of the importance of the Erasmus. So the students are here, they are talking English, and they are like different colors, and they are all in together in Fide.